Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Thejashwini from second year MSc Department of Food Science and Nutrition, Devarajas College, Mysuru. Today, I am here to present my study on effect of fermentation on sensory properties of idli prepared by incorporation of proso millet. Fermentation is a chemical transformation of organic substances into com- simpler compounds by the action of microorganisms. In this, conversion of sugar to acids, gases, or alcohol takes place by microorganisms. Microorganisms involved in fermentation are molds, yeast, and bacteria. There are two types of fermentation: alcoholic and lactic acid fermentation. This fermentation depends on the microorganisms involved, substrates used, and the fermentation conditions like temperature. The importance of fermentation are: it enhances the nutritional organoleptic properties of food, and it also increases the shelf life of food by contributing to preservation of foods, and it also reduces the anti-nutritional factors and improves the digestibility. These are some traditional fermented foods. These are cereal-based food, fermented foods like idli, dosa, appam, uttapam, and sel roti. And also pulse-based and cereal legume-based products are traditional foods are there like dokla and etc. Idli. Idli is a cereal based fermented and steamed product which has spongy and soft texture, which is made from rice and black gram dal. Black gram dal is the major ingredient in idli preparation because of its mucilaginous properties, and nutrient present in black gram dal affect on the growth of microorganisms during fermentation. Chief protein present in black gram dal are albumins, glutenins, and globulins. And idli is a good source of protein, calories, and B vitamins. Coming to proso millet belongs to family Poaceae, which is a drought tolerant minor millet which has mild flavor, light color, and which is gluten free. And it is rich in dietary fiber, omega 3 fatty acids, phenolics, and flavonoids, and it has a potential role in treatment of degenerative diseases and metabolic disorders by improving cholesterol metabolism, preventing oxidative damage of body tissues, and regulation of blood sugar. The phytochemicals present in proso millet exhibits antimicrobial, antioxidant, and anti-carcinogenic effects. Proteins in proso millet improves cholesterol metabolism. The objective of this study was to develop idli from proso millet, to evaluate the organoleptic acceptability of the developed product, and to study the effect of fermentation time on sensory attributes. This study was carried out in the Department of Food Science and Nutrition, Devarajas College, Mysuru, and the raw materials were parboiled rice, proso millet, black gram dal, and salt, which were procured from the local grocery shop in Mysuru. The methods used in this study was sensory analysis of prepared idli, which was done by semi-trained panelists using 9-point hedonic scale method, and a statistical analysis was done with the 0.05 level of significance, and nutritional evaluation was done using standard AOAC method. This is the flowchart for the preparation of proso millet idli with the incorporation of proso millet with rice. And these are the formulations of proso millet idli. In the P1 is a, and in standard 100 grams of rice was used. Idli was prepared in 2:1 proportion of rice and black gram dal. P1, P2, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6 were the variations in which proso millet was incorporated in different proportions like 20%, 40%, 60%, and 80%, and 100% accordingly. Idlis and idlis prepared by incorporation of proso millet. And this is the sensory scores of idlis prepared from partial replacement of rice with proso millet. Um, by comparing by comparing with all the variations, P4 idlis, that is 60% incorporation of proso millet idlis, had more scores in terms of sensory, and which had the highest acceptability. The next fermentation time was varied for the most accepted idli, in which fermentation time was varied from 6 hours to 24 hours. Comparing to all the variations, the fermentation time which had The idli which had fermentation time for 6 hours had more acceptability by comparing to all other variations. Um, Incorporation of proso millet decreases the fermentation time into 6 hours. This is the picture of proso millet incorporated idlis prepared by varying fermentation time. This is a table of proximate analysis in which moisture content was decreased in proso millet idlis comparing to standard, and the uh, composition of protein, fat, fiber was increased comparing to standard. Proso millet idli had 18.3 gram of protein and 2.5 gram of fat and 4.8 gram of fiber, and the micronutrients like iron and phosphorus were also increased. Iron 5 mg was increased, and phosphorus value was 123 mg. By this study, I conclude that fermentation 60% proso millet incorporated idlis with 6 hours fermentation had more scores in terms of sensory attributes, and also the nutrition composition of proso millet incorporated idlis were increased compared to standard. The incorporation of millets in idlis improves the nutritional values and sensory properties. These are my references. Thank you.